would come on TV. I don't know how many people are you from Lahore out there? Right. So in the 70s, Bollywood movies and music would be shown on TV from Amritsar, and Lahore would catch the signal, and that's how we saw into India, because as you know, both countries were enemy states to each other, demonized by both states. And the only way we could get a conversation going or look in was through the music and the movies. Similarly, when I listened to the Beatles and Led Zeppelin, it gave me a look into Western pop culture. Um, so from that perspective, as I set this up to you, I want to play you something. Everybody can hear the guitar back in the back? Yeah? So you can move up. So many years ago, I'm talking about the 13th century, there was a man living in what is now India and Pakistan by the name of Amir Khusro. And Amir Khusro was an amazing Renaissance man. He was a composer, he was a scholar, he was a philosopher, poet, inventor of musical instruments. Amazingly creative man. And he lived at a time of great political turmoil. And he looked around himself, and there was a polyglot population of Muslims and Hindus and Jains and people from everywhere, Sufis and Rishis, traveling what is now traveling subcontinent. And he wanted to create dialogue. His main goal really was to create dialogue. How do you create dialogue between cultures? He came up with a style of singing which is now known as Qawwali, right? Sufi devotional singing. And in that is a communication between people and a communication with the divine. And one of the melodies he came up with, which is performed even 700, 800 years later by traditional musicians, rock musicians, students, is called the Tarana. And I'll just bring you into the Tarana. So I wasn't asking you to applaud. I was asking you to follow this line. Tum ta na 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 na.
No, no, no.
That's all right. That's all right. Again. Tum ta na 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 na. Tum ta na 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 na. Tum ta na 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 na. Ta na 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 re. Ta na 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 re. Tum ta na 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 na. Ta na 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 re. Tum ta na 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 na. Ta na 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 re. Tum ta na 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 na. Ta na 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 re. Wali mola, wali mola, wali mola, wali mola. Tum ta na 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 na, ta na 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 re. So, Amir Khusro created, before people used the head argument. You know, everybody from different cultures has a view, a perspective. And within everyone's perspective, they're right. And it's important for them to see their perspective to be right. So he said, you know, before we start sort of comparing cultures and religions, why don't we find something where we can agree on? So the Tarana syllables in themselves, tum, ta, na, 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 have no meaning. They're nonsensical. But he created this state of fana, that if everyone, the audience and the performer, sings together with the qalb, the heartbeat, puts the hands together, there's harmony taking place. Because all of us have a heartbeat. All of us have rhythm, all of us have melody, and we are connected to the unified field, as they say in science, right? This cosmic oneness as human beings. And he understood that, and he realized more and more people come together on things that they agree on, then we can get to the things that we agree to disagree on. And so Qawwali from the 13th century to the 21st century has been that bridge, that tool of communication between Hindus and Muslims and Sikhs. And now, you know, Nusrat Fateh Ali Khan, you know, collaborating with Peter Gabriel, Eddie Vedder of Pearl Jam, even with the West. So, first step, I felt, you know, first time I felt the power of Tarana and Qawwali. I was 6, 7 years old. I was born in Lahore, and at that time, family weddings wouldn't take place in sort of 5-star hotels or community centers.